Howdy guys, how you doing? Bob K6UDA here in the Studio A, and got to switch over switching cameras over to camera number 2 here, so I can look at all the chats in there. We'll be switching back and forth a little bit. How you guys doing? I have missed you. I have missed you guys a lot. Been super busy out here. You know what? New place, new surroundings, new everything. But it's time to get back to business and the business of ham radio. Let's see. Who do we have in the chat here? Jason from Ham Radio 2.0 is first in the chat there. Levi WK90, he is in there. Steve K0 or K04 AFL, temporarily offline. Don Diego Egdo, the Godfather, Don, is in the house. Let's see, Scott, KN4VVJ, Ryan, KC90ZA, Marty from my old neighborhood, KM6PRA. Let's see, Mike Smith is in there. Holy crap, man, that is awesome, guys. Thank you for showing up. You know, this is kind of going to be free-for-all day here. We'll have a few things to talk about, but you know what? I'm getting back to the whole YouTube thing it is. And let me switch off to camera number 1 here. YouTube's kind of funny. When you take a break from YouTube, YouTube takes a big break from you. Excuse me. YouTube doesn't like creators that take a break, and Jason will attest to that. Temporarily offline. All the guys that are doing YouTube out there in the ham radio space, take a week off. YouTube punishes you. Take off as much time as I have, and now I'm basically starting from zero. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys that show up here. 36 people in the chat, I think. Yeah, that's what it says down here, 36. And I forgot. See, here's the thing. I even forgot how to use the live stream software. I've been sitting here for the last hour screwing around with that. So, without further ado, what do we have on the agenda today, kids? You know what? Yaesu put out a new radio, and no, this isn't it. This is my FT3, but hey, the new Yaesu FT5 is coming out. Can you guys hear me, by the way? I guess I could pull this in here, but I don't want it to get too hot. Is it too hot now? Or can you guys still hear me? Anyway, yeah, the FT5 is going to be hitting the market. I don't know. Maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a month. Who knows when it'll be out? I have one on order, and I'm really looking forward to bringing that aspect of it to you. I know it's a lot of money, man. It's literally, I plunked down $500 just to get this latest radio so I could review it for you guys. That's what, you know what, a lot of us do. A lot of us YouTubers, it is a huge commitment, not just in time, but in money. And you may think that all the manufacturers are just throwing these things out here to us. And some of the small manufacturers might put one out, to get a review. And and most of us, well, all of us that I know are pretty honest with those reviews. Whether we're buying it, whether they supply it, what I normally tell people or tell these companies is, hey, absolutely willing to give you a fair review, a fair and honest review. If you want to send me something, I can't afford to buy everything that's on the market. And let's run back over here to camera one, and let me move this over here. And so now maybe you guys can hear me a little bit. I keep forgetting that I'm not speaking to the microphone that's on top of the Canon when I'm over there. Whoa, that was ugly. So I have to remember to speak into the microphone here. Dave Ahart, how you doing? Steve Ash, how you doing? Let me get over here so I could back it up about 1 foot. Oh, okay. Just a bit too hot. How's that? Is the audio better from here, or is it better when I'm close up? Kind of hard to. These microphones are very, very hard to. For me to figure out, especially when I'm trying to do other cool things like switching camera things. Let's see. Amlight, he's my favorite viewer. Thank you. Let's just. How does that? God, how do you put that up there? I wanted to get in there and highlight some of these comments. I got to figure this out again. I got to figure out the whole thing again. Man, 599. Beautiful. Thank you guys. Anyway, so here's the deal. I plunked down my $500 and it was from Ham Radio Outlet in Sacramento. I just moved from Sacramento area, and what happens as soon as I move, Ham Radio Outlet opens a freaking store there. I could have been driving down there and it would have taken me like what, a half hour, 45 minutes to drive down to Sacramento and check out everything, and they would have probably loaned it to me like a lot of these other guys that live near ham radio outlets or gigaparts or whatever. But oh no, Bob has to move to Idaho and then get a ham radio outlet a half hour away from where I was. Just my luck, isn't it? Anyway, so ordered it from Ham Radio Outlet in Sacramento, and one of my old buddies from my old club is the manager there. So here's what I get for my $500. He's putting me on the list to get my FT5 on day one. So if they get them on day one, I'll get it on day one, and I'll be able to get you guys some very timely first world kind of reviews, which would be very, very cool. Let's see. 1 mile from HRO. Oh, yes. Marty does. Add to the broadcast. Ah, there it is. Let's see. Okay, so Marty. Oh, man. I got to bring that up here. My whole thing is messed up here. I haven't done a whole lot of live streaming. I think I did one live stream just to kind of tune up everything when I thought I had Studio A all done up. But anyway, it's back. It's coming back to me right now. Very, very cool. 54 people in the studio, the live studio audience, and 25 thumbs up here on the stream. Thank you guys so much for that. And you know what? If you like this, click that thumbs up button on YouTube. Anyway, back to what we were talking about, the FT5. Again, it's not the FT5, it's the FT3. What I really hope is I could bring you guys a very quick, a down and dirty quick one on day one. I know it's an expensive radio. This is an expensive radio too. The FT3, I think these are still almost $400 if you order them today, if you ordered an FT3 today. So before you guys let me turn that down. Before you guys that say already own an FT3, before you run out and spend $500 on a new radio to either replace an FT3 that is working just fine, and I get it. A lot of guys bitched about the volume on this. I didn't have a problem. I mean, I literally, most of my operating is done either in the house or in a fairly quiet environment. So I don't have this thing turned up very loud. But when I go outside, am I going to want to turn this thing up? Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, I do. And that's where, it does get a little bit lacking in the volume. Anyway, my idea is I want to side by side this along with the FT5. I want to take you guys through all the differences where you could see it, almost feel it, and get what I consider, what I will say is I ain't got no dog in the fight, my opinion, because I really don't have a dog in the fight. I bought the FT3. HRO got this to me on day one of FT3 opening day, I call it. I bought an FT2. And if you guys go back through and you look at my FT2 review video, I actually did two of them. And the first one was 2 minutes, literally. And it was a scathing review. I hated that radio. And I actually sent it back. I returned it to HRO. Well, 6 months goes by on that one. Josh oh God, I got to turn this off. It's starting to bug me. Josh over at the Ham Radio Crash Course, I was talking to him. He talked me into giving it another try. He said, look, you didn't give the APRS a fair enough shot. The thing has some quirks, but if you could get past the quirks, it's basically a good radio. I bought another FT2, and I gave it an honest shot. Let's see, Digidio. Digidio. Okay, all right. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Let's see. From Barney. Barney asks, how much does the FT5 cost? $500. $500. So yeah, it ain't cheap. But I'll tell you what, the FT3. Well, getting back to my story. Let's get back to the story first. The FT2, I gave it a second chance. It was better, but there was still a lot of things on my list that I was just not a happy camper with for the money. And I say this again, everything has a value, and everything works at a certain value. I mean, I got Baofangs. I got a couple of Baofangs, or Baofangs, Baofeng, whatever you want to call them. The $35 radio I have. Whoop. Are you? Focus. Focus. Come on. Focus. 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 Okay. I have some of the couple of the $35 radios. At $35, they serve their purpose. There is a value there. There is a value that a lot of new hams see. There's a value that a lot of seasoned hams can see. There's a lot of seasoned hams that'll look at that and say, I won't touch one no matter what the cost of it is. It could be free and I won't touch it. And that's fine. You know what? This is a big enough hobby that we all have a turn. But getting back to FT2, a lot of things on my list that I kind of said, yeah, you know what? It's not that great. Along came the FT3 and answered pretty much everything, every concern that I had. I have been a huge fan of this radio for the last 2 years now. It's actually become, this is my daily driver. I keep my zip tenna on here, and it does help. The zip tenna does work. And it is truly my daily driver radio. So when Yaesu says, "Hey, we are introducing the FT5 now, discontinuing the FT3," and from what I hear, and John Kruk may correct me, but from what I hear, and this is like a lot of other manufacturers, part of the reason they're discontinuing the FT3 is there are one or more components in the FT3 that they can't get because of this big fire that they had in Japan that burned down a chip factory, and or COVID, and or whatever else it is. But that has basically stopped production. The Kenwood D74, same thing. They've announced pretty much that every handheld that Kenwood makes is basically, they've discontinued it. Who knows if they will resume manufacturing. I think Ford couldn't make F-150s or something because there's something that they couldn't do. But anyway, this chip shortage is affecting a lot of things, and it's affecting ham radio to a fairly big degree. Anyway, so come FT5 opening day, I will do my best to have one here. I will do my best to have at least a small short video with the basic features side by side and a sound comparison side by side. I don't think really there's going to be any comparison if they've upped it to 1 watt. I think really the Anytone 878 is the radio to beat as far as sound quality and volume. I haven't heard. I haven't heard a radio out there that gets the same kind of volume. Let's go into the comment section here, and you know what? I actually will put up the the thing, and let's open it up. Let me pull up Skype, and if somebody wants to jump in, SKY, the Skype app here, I'm gonna pump it up, and we will verify it. Open it up, and if anybody wants to jump in on Skype, it will be there. And there's how to get a hold of me. It is Bob _ K6UDA. Oh my Lord. It has signed me out. You gotta be kidding me. Enter a password. Well, maybe we're not using Skype today because I don't remember my password. And it signed me out. Sorry guys. That sucks. Sucks to be me, I guess, huh? So let's go to the comments here. And oh, you know what? Wires X is open. The YouTubers room is open, and I've got the radio on. So live YouTubers Wires X, or if you have FCS, it's FCS 003-48, or room 48 is also YouTubers. Let's see. From Marty. Marty says his FT70 sounds better than the FT2 and the FT3. Yeah, the FT70 was very good. Small display on that radio, big speaker. They had a lot of room to put that big speaker. Well, I think now the radio, the FT5, is actually a larger handheld, which is going to make more room for a speaker. Let's see. Oh, James Hannibal. Did they add any new exciting features? James, I don't know. They've got a few features, and I've saw one of, and by the way, let's go back to cameras and camera 2, the Ziptenna, James. If you guys want to get yourself a Ziptenna for yourself, and they do work, this thing is permanently attached to my FT3. Get a hold of KH2SR. That's Quirky QRP. Let's see. Did they add any features? Yeah, they've redesigned a couple of the buttons on the front. It has a larger display. It has a larger speaker. It can charge, I believe, from a USB port, that's a big deal. I think if it does that, big deal. Let's see. James, KI5 OEB wants to know about the battery life. That will remain to be seen. If you guys look at my old review when I did this one, I did a battery life test, and I turned this thing on, and I did like a day of regular talking, not broadcasting on it, but just, some QSOs and a lot of listening. And I think the same battery that I've got on here right now, lasted 12 to 13 hours. And which is incredible. I mean, and I ran it until it shut down, completely shut itself down. And I think the new one comes with a bigger battery, so expect a better battery life. Let's see. Zip 10, how cool. I'm trying to get through some of these. I'm going to go back through some of these. Man, it would help to have a producer, an actual producer who could look at some of this stuff and pick it out. Let's see. Porta. Give me a second here. Let's see. Oh yeah, here. Joshua KG5 PTT. Cool call, by the way, my friend. Looks like some doubt it has. It's as good as audio as P25. At least it's easily programmable, VFO, ham-friendly operation. Yes. That is a big thing. I get guys that come in all the time and they bitch. Oh, DMR is the way to go. DMR. Well, honestly, I have not seen a DMR radio. The 878 gets kind of starting that way, but there is not a DMR radio out there that programs like an ICOM ID51, a Kenwood D anything, the FT3. These are ham radios. DMR radios are by definition, they are commercial radios repurposed to the ham radio world. And my own personal opinion of P25, I am just not a fan. I had to use it at work, and we literally could not hear what other people were saying on P25. So, personally, not a fan of P25. Haven't tried it in the ham radio world. Let's see. As much as I want a touchscreen, I can't see spending $500 on a new FT5 while my FT1 works great when I need to use, which isn't that often. Okay, and that's the thing. These radios and all ham radios, here's the difference between a ham radio and a cell phone. The cell phone, wow, on the screen I could see that blinking. That's cool. My cell phone, or cell phones, are sold every month. They gauge their sales in the millions. Ham radios are gauged in the hundreds, and maybe over the course of maybe over the life of a ham radio, they might get, with a very, very popular radio, excluding the Baofeng, they might get 30,000 in sales, 30,000 in sales. So the R&D money isn't there for ham radio. That brings me to my other little point of discussion that I wanted to get to is, look, you put out a radio and guys bitch. Oh, 2 years later, now it's an FT5. Well, like K3 JRZ just said, he has an FT1. It works for him. He's not going to buy an FT5. He probably didn't buy an FT2. Probably didn't buy an FT3. Although you will find these radios, say an FT3, in great condition, perfect condition, just like this, hitting the market after guys had plunked down their $500 for an FT5, hitting the market at $250 or maybe $300 if the market will bear it. But yeah, at $250 now for a used FT3, would you upgrade your FT1? I don't know. Maybe. I know a lot of guys who weren't going to buy an FT2 or anything. Well, at least one guy, Dr. Bowen, a friend of mine, Dennis, he upgraded. He bought my FT2, and I think he ended up selling the FT2, passed it along again. I don't know, but anyway, so my FT3 might actually end up on the chopping block. But what I am planning on doing with this, and I'm going to do it live. Well, I don't know if I'll do it actually live, but I am going to make a video. I'm going to do a Mars mod on this. And you guys that know me, you know that I am not I'm not a builder of things. And I'm not, I'll tell you what, when I looked at the chip that's got to come out of this, it is freaking tiny. And when I say tiny, I'm talking the head of a ballpoint pen tiny. I can't see it with my glasses on. I'm going to put on like the big magnifying headset and a microscope to basically see what the hell I'm doing with this thing. But I'm going to do a Mars mod. We will see if it works. You know what? If I destroy my radio, I destroy it. If I don't, and I decide after it's done, I might keep it, or I might blow it out with a Mars mod, which means, and I don't know if there might be one or two of you guys out there. Oh, you know what? Hang on here. Come back to here. Oh, there it is. 77 people on the stream. 54 thumbs up. Thank you guys very much. What the Mars mod is you're basically opening up the transmit portion of your radio to basically transmit in the entire portion that radio is capable of receiving, well, within the UHF and VHF spectrums. So you could go into the FRS section and transmit. You could go into MERS. You could do GMRS. You could even, in theory, because I don't advocate anybody operating out of class or operating these out of class or out of license, unless it is a life-threatening emergency, in which case all bets are off. But it enables you to operate this radio anywhere in that spectrum. That's what a Mars mod does. Why do they have the Mars mod? They have the Mars mod because Mars, military auxiliary radio, has been a thing for, I don't know, many generations, let's say. And it is a deal where they have amateur radio operators which augment the military's capability of doing radio communications. And I've never done it, so I don't know any more than that. Maybe somebody out here knows how to do that or knows what it's all about. Let's see. Let me look around here. Does anybody, let's see, what is the Wires X room again? Okay. From Scott Hawes, what is the Wires X room again? Well, here it is, Wires X, YouTubers. It is on, and let's see, K6UDA on YouTubers. Yeah. Okay, it's up. All right, kids. Yeah, the YouTubers room is on. Up. And I see one other. See, that computer, the whole Wires X setup is on the other side of Studio A. It's not really in the camera, on the camera side. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Here's something from my buddy James. The Mars mod is easy. Skip using the soldering iron. Just snip the SMD component with a fine tip pair of long nose wire cutters. Well, wow. I'll have to find a pair of long nose wire cutters. I might have to go to Harbor Freight. And that kind of scares me, because what if I take a little chunk of something else with it? I don't know, man. That's a little scary, dude. Okay. IK04 and is a Mars operator, and FM is not really used. Okay, and I kind of figured that. I figured that it's more of an HF thing, and so tell us, and IK04, tell us what do you guys do with Mars, and I did get one here from James. He does Civil Air Patrol. Yep. Okay. I've got an uncle, my Uncle Fred, W7LQL in Oregon. He is also involved in Civil Air Patrol. He's a career military guy, and after he retired, off to Civil Air Patrol, where he's kind of a commander or something. But he does that. Let's see. The thing you remove is a zero resistor. Yeah. And that part, I've looked at enough videos to know that how to do it. It just scares me to do it, because honestly, here's $400 or $500 worth of radio sitting in my hand, and peel off the back and open up the little slot and take a pair of snips to it. Whoo! All right, so James tells me no other components near the target SMD. You can actually take a look at it live. Yeah, exactly. I can. Let me see if we can't get a good close-up of it. Let's go to camera 3. Whoop, hang on here. Go back to the cameras. Go to camera 3. Oh, and I haven't even talked about all the new patches that we've gotten. Let me move Mr. Microphone, and we'll put that in here. This is what we're talking about, and it is this little cover right here, and inside here, and inside, you see that little tiny button right there. That's it. That's what I got to cut out. And like circumcising a radio. One bad snip and it's ruined. Yeah, it's a little nervous. I've never circumcised anything in my life, so a little kind of crazy. Anyway, so Mars mission. Okay, let's. Oh, you know what? Let me switch back to this one here, or no, that one there. We can see it just a little bit better. Okay, The Mars mission, primarily message passing. Come on. I'll put it back up there. Primarily message passing from DoD to CIV authorities and emergency response. Look up shares for what's going on now with the IDA response. And I don't know what the IDA response is. But anyway, thanks for the info. Like I said, don't know much about it. Soldering iron with a. So here, the German shredder axe says soldering iron with a bifurcated tip. And trick I use when I'm afraid of messing things up with a soldering iron is just to put the Copton tape all around the work area. Yeah, well, good luck getting that in there because there is like no room. Remember, this is tiny. Let me put this up here. The size of the ballpoint on a ballpoint pen. So anyway, it'll be interesting. I might just make a video of it because I really don't want you guys to see me cry if I screw this up. Hurricane Ida. Okay. I'm this is a good one. Hang on here. You can't see it. Bob the mole, the whatever, the moly. That's the guy that circumcises people that's a Jewish thing. Let's see. Been tempted to do the Mars mod on my 991, and let's go back up here. Been tempted to do the Mars mod on my 991. Tempted, but I'm afraid to take the radio apart for fear of not getting it back together. Yeah, my big fear too. That's it. That's $400. What's $400 between friends? Yeah, and I wouldn't mind, but I would prefer to do that on camera, but not live, because I'm gonna get very quiet, and it's gonna take time because I'm not gonna rush it. HRO will do it for $35. Oh, well, I might have them do it to the FT5. I might call my buddy and see if he'll do it to the FT5. Yeah, let's see. That's too small to get a hammer in there. Yes, Marty says too small to get a hammer in, so he can't fix it. And that's about my speed too. Let's see, 20 minutes. Scott is 20 minutes from an HRO. Oh, wrong one. Oh, K3RJ JRZ, 20 minutes from an HRO. Nice. Let's see. Jason Heff worked the Mars Shack in Pensacola. Corey stationed for both Hurricane Ivan and another hurricane. And so what? I assume you guys are passing civilian traffic, or what kind of traffic are you passing doing Mars? And who are you passing it to? So let's see. James says that $20 is money well spent. Yes. Sounds like money well spent to me too. Let's see. And Psychofu, what's up? What's up with you? All right. So, yeah, I'll be brave, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing it live. Oh, Kent Holford, who is a old military guy, says I need a Mars license for HRO to do it. Okay. Passing civilian and military traffic to first responders. Ah, very interesting. Okay. So, yes, the YSF room is still on. FCS 003, room 48. It should be on. I don't know. I've got two other nodes in the room on the Wires X side, and I can't tell who's. I don't know. I haven't been on FCS today, so I don't know. Let's see. Marty says we need 10 more thumbs up. Yes, we do. Not true. Okay. HRO did not ask for a Mars license. Well, I might just call HRO and say, "Hey, can you hook a brother up and do the Mars mod for me?" And we'll see. Let's see. From Bill, AA7AO. Great job. Thank you. Thank you, Bill. Yep. FCS 003, room 48. And it's on. So, yeah, you can see it right there. Wires X on. Over there is the whole Wires X setup. Let's see. Okay. So if ham radio guy K7 TDM, no response. So I didn't hear anything coming over. No, it's No, it's not on YSF. It's FCS. So you guys have to reset it. Not on YSF, FCS. I don't have YSF. Let's see. Hammer and chisel work. Let's see. Disassembly of the FT70. 11 screws, washers. Never did the Mars mod though. Okay, cool. Solder tweezers is what you need for that mod. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking is doing the solder tweezers. And yep, that is your issue, ham radio guy. Your issue is you're on YSF. So anyway, we'll see. I've seen it done both ways, both snipping that little SMD and desoldering it. I'm kind of more of the mind of desoldering. It sounds a little bit more civilized. Let's see. What else? What else is on the agenda today? You know what? Let's take a look at the wall of patches while we're over here. We'll go back over here. We'll, uh-oh. I'm missing things now. My little dust cover is now missing. MIA. So, my friend from the now People's Republic of Australia sent me these. He's in the Australian military. So these were kind of cool. Morale patches. And then from the state emergency services there. And I don't know what FISA means, but hey, there it is. All kinds of Australian patches. And then, oh man, I don't have all my letters here, but I got a NYPD Highway Patrol. I didn't even know NYPD Highway Patrol was a thing, but thank you for that patch. I gotta start up a whole new deal. Uh-oh, I am screwed. I lost my little dust cover. Oh, there it is. Found it. It's right there. Right there. All right, and let's see. Who is this one from? I'm not putting his letter out here, but Bathurst Police. This is in Canada. Couple of Canadian patches. And guys, if you don't know, I'm a retired cop from California, and I collect patches. I started collecting patches last year, and really what I'm looking for is cop patches. And Mama's home doing a live stream, and here we'll go back to, there she is, Mrs. K6UDA.
Hey guys. I need Brian's number.
Okay. So I started collecting the patches. I haven't gotten very many, if any. Yeah, one other foreign patch out of the U.S. But anyway, thank you guys for all of the patches. Oh, and somebody sent me, a challenge coin from is that Canada? Hang on here. Yep. This one's from Canada. Nice challenge coin here. I also collect the challenge coins. I'm actually thinking, guys, of doing a challenge coin, a K6 UDA challenge coin. I don't know if I can afford to do it. I don't know. Would guys be willing to buy a K6 UDA challenge coin? It would be something cool. I would design it. You know me, it'll be edgy. It would be cool. I don't know if you guys how many guys would even be into that. Okay. Let's see. Wes asks, what? No D-Star? And not today. I didn't find a clear place to go. I did one at one time, and then somebody got on and said, "Hey, that's our place." And I don't want to step on toes. I don't want to screw things up for the D-Star guys. I figure, hey, I can pull up the Wires X stuff, and I would definitely not be stepping on anybody's toes, because the server's right here, right over here. Let's see who my brother Dennis. He would buy a K6 UDA coin. Good. Bernard would buy one too, and Bill would buy one as long as it's not pink. Well, what if it had something pink in it? Then would you buy it, Bill? Let's see. Calling on 348. Okay. Guys, I guess 348 is dead right now. Pascal, he runs that server, and it might be down. It may be down. Who knows? I'm gonna see what I could do about getting on a YSF server and switching it over to YSF. Yeah, and Michael Punt, he would rather earn a challenge coin. That's kind of the traditional way of doing it, is to earn it. But unfortunately, I'm not handing out missions where you can earn a coin. So it's just me. Let's see. You and Josh should team up and both make coins. Yeah, that'd be very, very cool. But you know, when these companies, when you order them, it's labor intensive, and you got to make up one. Got to make up a design, and then you get that done. Should have a pre-order from Coins. You know what? I'm not so worried about the upfront cost. Although, yeah, it could be. I mean, depending upon how extravagant the coins get, when you start getting into things, let's go to camera 2 here. You start getting things like full color. This is raised on both sides. Very, very cool kind of stuff. And I have seen some extremely, extremely cool coins. Let me see if I've got anything here. Well, hey, here's an ARRL coin. So one side is color on this one. One side is just the gold. It's just stamped. So lots of different kinds of coins, lots of different designs. I don't want to cheap out. Yeah, you know what? 50 coins. Maybe I'll do a 50 coin order and see how it goes. It's the design that really hung me up. This was a project that I got into a couple of years ago. I was starting to try to design something, and it just got labor intensive, and I kind of went, oh crap, I don't know what I want to do, and I gave up. So how about some HF live chat? You know, I would not be opposed to doing HF live chat off of YouTube. I'm not gonna. I don't want to do it on YouTube. It's just you know what? Number one, it doesn't make for good, entertaining videos, and I know that these are a little bit different. It's more of a long form conversation between friends. Let's see. TM, the mission would be to see how fast someone would get their next license, tech to general to extra. Yeah, you know what? That might not be a bad deal. Favorite military coin has no enamel. Yeah, and that's that can it can be anything, literally anything. I just want it to be cool. If I'm doing it, I would want it to be a coin that I would be proud to put in my display. Scott says, bring on the pink bikini glad Barbie K6 UDA challenge coin. And it might be looking to go back. Ryan. I met Ryan at Peoria a few years ago. And he said he's going back to the Peoria Hamfest, Peoria, Illinois, Superfest. I had mentioned it once before. I'll mention it again because now we're getting a little bit closer. And I guess it's a all indoor, brand new event. It's going to be huge. So if you're in the Midwest, in that Illinois area, whatever's around it, and I'm not a geography guy, so I can't tell you right now what's around it. You want to check out Peoria. That'll be good. Let's see. What I also wanted to do today is, because I'm pretty much starting this whole thing out all over again, and going question to question, I wanted to get some ideas from you guys, show topic ideas, throw them out there, and let's and you know what? We'll kind of hash it. I'll kind of look at a few of them, and we'll go from there. My volume is up. Let's see. K6UDA on wires X and FCS 348. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I have to get 348 up over here. Give me a second. There it is. 348 is now up, and welcome to the show on YouTubers. So I'll put the mic down here because I might get somebody on. I probably won't make Peoria this year. It would that would be a long ride. Let's see. QRP Adventures. How do you like riding my motorcycle in Idaho? I love it. I love it. As a matter of fact, in another week. Okay, let me. K0 WAV. How you doing? And thanks for checking in. I'm gonna take the motorcycle out to my buddy's place in Oregon. Hey, very good. Thank you. Good to be back, and we'll try to make this a weekly thing here on Mondays, and then I'm working on another video, so I'm gonna get I will get that video thing back up on the regular schedule. Hey, thanks for checking in. We'll talk to you a little later. K6UDA. So anyway, I'm gonna do a 600-mile ride to my buddy's place in Oregon. I gotta help him put up a building, so he's doing a.
There's a huge lag between this audio and YouTube, so I just figured that out.
So he's been doing a huge building, and I am. I'm gonna go out there. I don't do the heights. I won't climb up the thing, but I'll hand him material. So be heading out there. That's going to be a hell of an adventure ride. And man, good to hear people on FCS there. I haven't talked to anybody on there in quite a while. Let's see, POTA activations. Some POTA activations in Idaho. Yeah, K3JRZ. I've got to find out where there's some POTA stuff. I've never actually done a POTA activation. Done a couple of sodas. No POTAs. There's tons of national forest here. I don't know if there's national parks. And I got to figure out what there is for state parks. But Mrs. K6UDA and I were just out a couple of days ago on the side-by-side up in the Sawtooth National Forest. That was really, really cool on the side-by-side video forthcoming, because I'm doing a review of a brand new thing called a Garmin Tread. And it's a MERS radio with GPS. It's kind of cool. So I figured, hey, you know what? I'm going to do a review on that, because there's enough of you guys that like the adventure stuff too, and like to get out on side-by-sides or four-wheel drives, and it's radio related. Maybe not ham radio related, but it is radio related. Let's see. Arthur says, afternoon, Bob from Rancho Cordova. Wow. That's where I was born and raised, is Rancho Cordova. So my real old hometown. And then I moved to the Auburn area. But how you doing, Arthur? Let's see. Curious about the Garmins. Yeah, interesting. It's an interesting thing. It is it's a fixed mounted GPS unit, built-in radio, Bluetooth. It does a lot of stuff. It'll keep track of other riders that are in your group. Look for the review. I'm working on it right now. Let's see. Tons of state parks and wildlife area around me in Delaware. He's been hitting them on the weekend. Very cool. Very cool. I want to get back out on the motorcycle and do some MOTA activations. But, there are guys who do the POTA activations on YouTube, and they're doing POTA activations a lot better than I can do them. So, I might do one, but it's not my thing. I'd rather let the guys that, it's their thing, do that. And I want to keep bringing the new guys new stuff. And I want to bring you guys new stuff too. Let's see. Yes, MERS. It is quite interesting. And not very many reviews of the Tread out there on YouTube. I looked before I plunked down my money for it. It is, well, it's an interesting mapping solution. I think there's actually better solutions out there. One of them is Onyx Off-Road. As far as the mapping itself, and here is Onyx, and that's a live look, and I just pull it up, and you guys can't really see it. Let's see. If I come over to camera 3, you still can't see it. There we go. That's a live look at Onyx Off-Road. I think it has a better list of trails on it. It's more complete. but the Garmin has a lot of features that are really concentric to the four-wheel drive. It does a lot of stuff, kind of like the Polaris Ride Command, all that stuff. Let's see. Let's see. VHF Convoy comms with Garmin sounds cool. Yes. And that's kind of what, one of the reasons I look at all these other radio systems or these services is the fact that when I go out with a group of guys on the four wheelers, whether it's in the Jeep or on the side by side, none of these other guys are hams. So using ham radio is out. I might have a ham radio with me, but ham radio is pretty much out as far as communicating amongst our group. We could do FRS, but some of these guys, they're buying the rugged radios, and they're doing the rugged radio systems with the intercoms in their cars. And I told one of these guys, he showed me his rugged radio. This is one of my good friends. And he brought that out, and I said, how much did you pay for it? A blue UV5R. And he paid, I think he said he paid $125 for his blue UV5R, all programmed up. And I broke out a regular UV5R, and I said $20 on Amazon. And it's the same radio, exactly the same radio. But the blue color is kind of cool. Let's see. James Hannibal. Does the Garmin GPS get any GPS location data with other users, kind of like APRS? Yes, it is. It does peer-to-peer. So anybody that's in your group, in your riding group, you could see their location on the map. You can ping them and send them like a text message that'll come over the GPS, and you can hit them on the radio, obviously. Let's see. Wow, we are at 13-16 hours, getting kind of late. Looking for any other. I'm glad to see that there's enough interest in that Garmin that this might be a good thing. This might be a fun one. So yeah, I will. I'll get on that, and I'll try to have that one done by the end of the week ish. Let's see, where are we at here? We have 67 people. We got 94 thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for that. We're 16 minutes after the hour. I know I've got some things that I got to get done outside, so I can't just sit in here all afternoon. Hey, you know what? It's lunch. We got to talk. We got to save something for next week. You know what? Here's the thing. Next Monday is Labor Day. Do we want to have lunch and ham radio on Labor Day, or do we want to skip it? Because if we can, if we could skip it, or if we have it, we might have a special guest. If I could figure out how to get Skype or Zoom or something. You know what? I could probably make a Zoom. I got to figure out how to do the Zoom thing in here. And Oh, look at this. My brother, N9JA Ray, yeah, he's alive. And you missed most of it. You missed most of it, Ray. You could watch it on playback. But thanks for stopping by here. Let's see. I still have the recordings on my radio from my QSO with you on it. Nice. Very cool. Let's see. So we're getting a lot of feedback of yeah, let's have it. So maybe we'll try to work that out. So yeah, we'll just make it a weekly thing. I mean, screw it. It's Monday. It's still COVID. 15 years later, it's still COVID. It's COVID 73 now. Let's see. Marty says 7-3. And he'll see me next time. Marty, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Love a show on Labor Day. Beautiful. Thank you. Bernard. Yeah, guys, I want to say thank you very, very much for coming here, sticking with me through the lunch hour, and having a good time. I think it was a pretty good discussion today. And let's see. Let's go back over to camera number 1. I think it was a pretty good discussion today. And I want to put more stuff together. I want to have the topics to put together, but I do like to keep it light enough that we could just kind of go back and forth and do this. I enjoy this because you guys get to kind of direct where these lunchtime live shows go. So for that, I thank you guys. I would like to thank my patrons, the guys that have stuck with me, and literally on my Patreon, and I can't even remember how to pull all that stuff up now, but on the Patreon and everything, I charge by the show, and I'm glad I did, because if I'm not putting out content, those guys aren't paying any money out. So, but I do want to thank those guys for sticking with me, the guys that did. Let's see, QSO at 122 gigahertz. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And then James, KI5OEB. No, not in Driggs. I'm in Twin Falls. So Driggs is quite a bit north, I believe, north and east of me. Let's see. Anyway, guys, I'm just going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me. I had a great time, and I will see you next week. I'm Bob, K6UDA. I'm out of here. 7-3. And we'll finish it off.